Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel. You got your boys here, Lanny and Bert, the Dividend Diplomats. We're going to give you a big old-fashioned update here in our battle of which dividend-focused ETF reigns supreme. VYM,
Yeah.
SCHD, let's go.
Smash that subscribe button. Give Bert and I a nice thumbs up here on this video. We are getting eerily close to 18,000 subscribers, guys, crossing 17,800. Thanks to you guys. Give us some support. Smash that subscribe button. Yeah, guys, Bert's been buying, at one point you transfer, what was it? Was it your HSA or your 401k or
It's an old 401k, and I couldn't just move the funds over, so I had to reinvest. And then on top of it, so what I did was I didn't have to pick which one I wanted. It was either instead of choosing VYM or SCHD, I said, screw it, I'm going to invest in both. So I split the investment right down the middle, nearly $9,200 in each. So every quarter after the dividend increases are announced, after the dividends are paid, I like to do a quick update and see which one is performing better, because that's really the best way to see. It's head to head, same dollars invested at the exact same time. So you're going to know which one's performing better very easily.
But Bert, everybody's singing, I don't want to know. I'm just playing. Two great dividend ETFs here, two very popular ones. Vanguard's VYM, Chuck Schwab's SCHD. Great timing too, because Q3 dividends were also announced, released, and possibly paid already. So this will be a very fun video, Bert, to see what your market value is looking like right now, how many dividends you've received, what's your percent gain or loss while owning these ETFs, as well as what do you think is going to happen over a further longer term of holding these ETFs.
That's right. And we don't have to go into too much background about both of them because everyone, they're pretty well publicized what they are. We've had plenty of videos where we break down each one, the dividend focus, and what's going on with them. So we're just going to kind of bypass a lot of the background. You can check out our channel if you want to see more about which one. We'll put some videos where we talk about them down there below. Sorry, my voice is a little hoarse today, everybody. Let's start with the market value because I think that's what people are going to care about right out of the gate. When I bought VYM, it was 107.64 per share. Right now, their current share price is 104.86. When I bought SCHD, it was 75.65. Current price is 71.29. So the current market value, when you factor in dividends received in drip for each one of them, the market value for VYM is 9,138.91 compared to a cost basis of 9,189.37. SCHD, the market value is $8,895.78 compared to that same cost basis. So from a pure market value standpoint, VYM is crushing SCHD, only down 50 on my VYM position, but down $293 on my SCHD market value. It's a big difference between the two.
And Bert, are you reinvesting those dividends when you receive them every quarter?
Yes, that we are. So the dividends are getting reinvested. So we have picked up some shares. So that's baked into it. And VYM is still the clear winner here with a nearly $250 swing in the total gain and loss.
Wow. How about that? So let me ask this. So that market value, is that based on the cost of is that based on the number of shares you bought or also with the drip shares?
With the drip shares. So
There we
that's
have it.
that's the interesting caveat. I can only imagine what it'd be without the drip shares. So
Well, we can obviously do some math and find that out.
yeah, you're right. We do have the power to do that. We have that power. So let's factor in the other piece of the investment because it's not just market value alone. That's not the only thing. We are dividend growth investors, obviously. So we want to know the cash received for the dividend. What is going on here? Overall, we have received $287.80 for VYM's dividend and $320.26 for SCHD's dividend. So factored in, we've obviously received more from SCHD, which makes sense because it is the higher yielding ETF, and VYM still a nice amount, and it's close to SCHD. It's closer than expected. So there's not a big gap in the dividend. They're both over 3%. SCHD pays a little more, so why people flock to it, but still substantial amounts for each investment.
Now, I know, obviously the big dividends were announced for Q3. SCHD looks like they shouldered up VYM a little bit in the dividend announcement for Q3. SCHD had a 2.80% increase year over year for quarter three. VYM was up a little over 2.2%, Q3 23 versus Q3 22. So SCHD coming back with some growth here after the last quarter.
Yeah, after there's zero growth in the last quarter, after their negative growth, as a matter of fact. So the growth was nice for SHG. It was nice to return them back to a growth position. Can't complain about that. Like in the market, this market, dividend growth has been tough in Q3 with so many companies. You're seeing it everywhere. It's a nice change of pace to see these funds at least paying some marginal increase.
Yeah, and I mean, but let's look at now some performance metrics here. We all know the S&P 500 is still positive this year, despite, a lot of the red that we've seen over the last really 2 months here in the stock market. As the Fed has, paused rates, but hinted at the next rate increase probably coming by the end of the year, and then probably holding high for long. So that's impacted the S&P 500 a little bit, but the year to date, S&P 500 is still up 13%. So we got to see how VYM and SCHD compares to that stock price performance.
VYM's year-to-date performance is negative 3.11%, up 8.61% over the last 52 weeks. SCHD is not looking much better. It's down 5.5%. And conversely, down 5.90% over the last 52 weeks. So what does that tell you, Lanny? What is missing from these funds that is causing there? The S&P 500 has some nice tech allocations. They have some nice tech sector allocations, which are propping up the performance of the S&P 500 or any funds that follow it, where SCHD and VYM focus so much more on dividends, dividend growth, and they're missing out on a lot of those tech companies that are propping up the market.
Yeah, if you just look at the top companies within the S&P 500, it'll probably make a lot of sense when you think of how big of a position Apple and Microsoft, Amazon, Teslas of the world are of the S&P 500, really pushing that stock price higher and higher. And then, if any included in that, and VYM or SCHD is probably a very low amount, because again, VYM and SCHD have above 3% dividend yields respectively.
Yeah. So overall here, this is another fun, quick update just to see how the two are going. I think it's pretty clear. We started this experiment seeing if one was going to be performing better than the other. Each time it's kind of been the same answer, but it's also been inconclusive because we're going to give it more time. We're going to give it 3 more months. But right now, I think what you're seeing is just over the last 52 weeks, I started this experiment last year. The results are playing out the same way. VYM is the clear winner this year. In 2023, VYM is just performing better than SCHD. There's no way around that. I don't see how you can make a different argument. Like, they're both great funds, but VYM is clearly the better performer today.
Yeah, I think, expecting Q4 to probably be the same. I don't see SCHD trumping VYM in 2023. But hey, 2024, then they're going to turn the page. We'll have to see how SCHD does during 2024.
We'll see. It'll be a new year, new dividends, new companies for SCHD because they have that annual rebalancing. That's kind of the fun of it. So everyone, let us know in here, what do you think of this analysis? What are your thoughts here with VYM versus SCHD? Do you own one or the other, or do you own both like I do? We'd love to hear your feedback in that comment section down there below.
Guys, let us know if you've been buying VYM or buying SCHD, as the market has shown a lot of red lately. I know I'm personally loving VYM below 105 and looking forward to gobbling up shares under that price. But guys, if you haven't, definitely subscribe to this channel and give this video a nice thumbs up. And Bert, send them on their road right now.
If you're not with us, you're against us. Jack, get out.
That was Bert the Hurt and Lanny from the DD, over and out.